guys, I'm Aveline. Welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all having an amazing day. So we are building a house today. We're actually building a house for a couple, their very first home. But before we get started with that, I want to say a massive thank you to today's sponsor, Disney Emoji Blitz. You can download Disney Emoji Blitz by clicking on the link in the pinned comment, but I highly suggest that you stay around and listen because I'm also going to be telling you guys how you have a chance at winning a pack of your choice for The Sims 4. Yes, I'm giving away some packs. You should definitely stick around. Disney Emoji Blitz is unlike any other match 3 game on the market because each emoji that you decide to use in the game have a unique power. And it really does matter which emoji you use, so it's both strategic and challenging. Plus, if you like Disney, it's definitely a little bit cute as well. My own favorite emoji to use is the Mad Hatter because he moves different emojis around on the screen to help you out. But I also really like Sebastian because you can get some crazy high scores with that little crab. I'm telling you, he's magical. You might not be able to keep your favorite emoji for very long though because they keep adding new emojis from both Disney, Pixar, and Star Wars every week. So there's always something new to collect for those of us who are into that. Plus, you can collect emojis from different categories such as silver, gold, rainbow, and even villain and story emojis. And to add to it, and this is pretty cool, all the emojis that you collect are gathered on a special keyboard so you can send them to your friends and family. To get you started on your emoji collection, you will also have the chance at winning a Disney Princess starter pack, which includes Meg, Aurora, Cinderella, and Tiana if you use the link in the pinned comment. In addition, the link also works as a creator code, so all the money that you spend in-game will help support me and the channel. And lastly, if you want a chance at winning a Sims 4 pack of your choice, all you gotta do is download the game using my link in the pinned comment, hit level 5, take a screenshot, and then send it to me on either Instagram or Twitter, or you could also tweet it at me, so tag me on Twitter. And that's pretty much it. If you don't already follow me on Twitter or Instagram, you can find my socials linked in the description, by the way. The winners will be picked in about 2 weeks, so definitely keep an eye on the community tab if you're interested in the giveaway. And yeah, that's about it. So thank you again so much to Disney Emoji Blitz for sponsoring today's video. Now, this couple needs a home, so let's go build it. So this house is built in Newcrest. It is highly inspired by a picture that I saw on Pinterest. I know, surprise. What's new here? I don't know. But anyways, it is a tiny house. I think I stuck to the tile count this time, so I'm fairly certain that I was very persistent. I feel like I remember being very persistent. Like, I wanted to stick to that tile count so you guys could get the benefits if you decide to download the house. And it only has room for 2 Sims. There is a double bed. I checked both of the sides. It should be accessible. If it's not, then, you know, sometimes it's weird because I can playtest a whole house and it works perfectly fine for me, but then someone else downloads it and it doesn't really fully work for them. I don't know why that is, but there's not really anything I can do about it, so I'm sorry guys, but I hope it works for all of you, those of you who are interested in downloading it at least. So yeah, that's pretty much what we're doing. We're building this little tiny house for a couple, and I like building these kinds of houses where when I get started, I'm like, this is gonna be their first house. It's not gonna be big, it's not gonna be luxurious, it's not gonna, you know, like have everything they need, because you never have everything you need to start out with, at least not if you're not rich, you know? So it's just kind of like a bit of a humble start. Of course, I don't stick to budgets when it comes to The Sims, so that is just the way it is. But still, I want these houses to be a little bit more on the humble side. This is a style choice, by the way. I know that a lot of people, or not necessarily a lot of people, but I know that some people kind of assume that as soon as an interior style is more on the modern kind of side or contemporary side, it means that it must have been more expensive. My house, or my apartment, I don't live in a house, I live in a building, but it's an apartment building. My interior, my apartment is quite modern. I want to say it's very Scandinavian minimalism with a little bit of like a sprinkle of industrial or something like that. And nothing in my apartment whatsoever is expensive. So if you save up before you move out, at least that's how it works here. I'm not sure about elsewhere in the world, but if you save up before you move out, you can still get some nice looking furniture. It doesn't all have to be thrifted, or not saying that thrifted furniture can't be nice, of course. I've seen some pretty cool interiors with thrifted furniture, so no shade to thrift shops whatsoever. Some of that is actually pretty expensive as well. If you find more vintage pieces, I dare say some of it can be expensive. So, but this house was not supposed to look expensive in any way, just like styled, I suppose. If you like, it's the same if you buy like cheaper clothing, you can still make it look expensive, you get what I mean? So that's kind of the vibe that I was going for. Like, they really care about their interior. And also, another thing is, I wanted to go for this sort of style called Japandi. So I don't know, is that how you pronounce it? I'm assuming that's how you pronounce it because it's Japan mixed with Scandi. So it's kind of like a mix of the two interior styles. It's called Japandi. I've been looking into it since, what's it called? Snowy Escape came out, and I kind of wanted to do an interior with it at some point. So when I started building this house, I was like, this can look very like tranquil on the inside if we go for this style, and I kind of like it. I kind of want that vibe for them, so I went with it. I hope you guys will like it. And I also really hope that I did the style justice. Now, I am Scandinavian, so I know Scandinavian interior pretty well. I kind of live it, but Japan style is something that I'm not super familiar with, if you get what I mean. Like, I haven't lived it. I do like Japan. I'm very fascinated with Japan, so I do research on it now and then, but Japandi, like the two styles combined, is not something that I am still super comfortable with, but I do like what I've seen, if you get what I mean. Like, I have looked at pictures of it since Snowy Escape, so I'm not an expert on the subject though, just saying. But I did my best. I hope you guys will like it. It's a little bit different from what I've done in the past as well, so we'll see once we get started with the interior. It's very beige, which, I mean, to some people, they might not like it. I'm not like much of a beige kind of person in real life. It's not really for me, but it is very tranquil. It kind of has that like calming vibe, if you get what I mean. And I don't know, I like it for this house, but it's definitely not everyone's cup of tea, and I do realize that. But it's the color scheme that I decided to go for this house. If you want me to do another house with a more Japandi kind of interior, let me know. Also, if you have Japandi interior in your house, let me know too, because that would be super cool. I feel like it's a style that's not necessarily like super common. Also, because I think it must be newer, right? Like, that mix must be newer. I haven't really looked into the history of the style. I've more been looking at pictures just. So I don't know when it started, when the mix started, when it happened, or whatever. I don't know if it's big, but I'm assuming that it's small, like fairly unknown. But yeah, I think it's a pretty cool style. Definitely something that I want to explore more of in the future. So let me know if you want me to do more Japandi kind of interiors. I can definitely do more of that. I haven't really seen anybody else do it on YouTube either, my fellow speed builders, so I don't know. But yeah, using a lot of beige in this house. I was actually really frustrated because I wanted like an off-white kind of wall instead of the full-on white, because it was either, I ended up with a choice between a white wall or a beige wall, and I was looking at the beige like, the rest of this house is beige. Do you really want to go for beige walls as well? But the white was just too harsh all of a sudden for some odd reason. I felt like, I don't know, it's just too harsh. Since when can white be harsh? I don't know, especially mixed with beige. But it just looked a little too harsh. However, I could not find a proper wallpaper that wasn't the concrete one, which was off-white. I feel like an off-white would have turned, whatever. Would have maybe made it a little bit less harsh, if you get what I mean, but just couldn't find one. So kind of feel like we're missing more off-white walls that are not concrete. That would be great, like painted off-white walls. That'll be pretty cool to have. However, it's not on like the top of my I want in The Sims 4 list, by the way. Like, it's not even close to top 10. But I still feel like an off-white wall would be pretty cool now and then. So I might have overseen one, like, not gonna lie, because I don't know every single wallpaper in the game. I kind of stick to the same ones a little bit because I like white walls usually, so I just tend to use a lot of the white walls that we have. And also this eco lifestyle one, I use that over and over again, but it's just so pretty. It's so good for exteriors and interiors. It's just, it has good swatches as well. I like it a lot, so I'm sorry I use it so much, but it's a good wallpaper. You know when you find pieces in The Sims and you're just like, this works. Like, especially floors, but also wallpapers. You may have a couple of couches, kitchen counters that works with cabinets as well, and you're just like, this works, I'm gonna use this so much. That's how I feel about that wallpaper. So I overuse it, I'm fully aware, but I just love it. Another thing about the interior in this house is that because it is mixed, like Scandi style, Scandinavian interior design mixed with Japanese interior design, it's definitely less cluttered than my usual builds. Both of those styles are pretty minimalistic. Like from what I know, it's pretty minimalistic. Sorry I'm laughing, but it's because I know that I'm like all into clutter in The Sims, but if you guys have ever seen my apartment, I will probably be doing not a house tour. Stop calling it a house, what's wrong with me? An apartment tour sometime soon on my lifestyle channel. But if you've ever seen pictures on Instagram that I've put up or on Twitter or whatever, you'd know that I don't really, like, I have a lot of plants, yeah, but I don't really have a lot of clutter lying around. I'm just not into having clutter per se. I like displaying shoes, but I don't like having little statues or figurines or whatever. I like candles, plants, shoes, and that's it. I don't really display them. The shoes part was a joke, just want to point that out. But I just don't really do clutter in real life, which is why I'm laughing, because like it's so opposite of what I do in The Sims. But it's the same, like I love building cottages, right? I love cottages. But I would never live in a cottage in real life. It's just not for me. I love farmhouses. I love farms. The farm life in The Sims is so appealing to me. The farm life in real life is not me at all. I'm a city girl through and through. So it's just kind of funny how that is. I get to live both, or how do you say that? I get to do both. I get to do this in real life, but then I get to do the more charming countryside part in The Sims, and that's pretty cool that it works like that, right? So here, I know it looks weird what I'm doing right now, but I was super bothered by this open space right here between the kitchen and the living room. I felt like it needed to be properly closed off, but I just couldn't figure out what to place there because I felt like that was too much as well. So I actually remembered that we have these wall dividers from Discover University. I sized them down a little bit extra, I think, a little bit, maybe I didn't, but I did place them so that it looks like it's kind of like a wall trim situation, but we don't have this as a wall trim, it's just wall dividers. But I like the look of it, to be honest. I might do that in the future as well, kind of like hide the rest of the wall divider inside the half wall. You can do a lot of stuff like that. It's just that some of the wall dividers have crazy shadows, such as the one from City Living. I don't know what's going on with that, if it's glitched out. I checked to see if it was my reshade, but it wasn't. So there's just like a crazy shadow on the bottom of it. It looks really weird. So I didn't want to use that one, but it should be fine. This one doesn't have like a weird shadow or whatever. So you can kind of like, it's glitching through the half wall. It looked weird. It's all good now though. So out here on the patio, did we already do the bedroom? I didn't even notice. What the heck? It truly is a tiny house. Anyways, for the patio here, I gave them a small grilling area and then also a dining table. They don't have one inside, so I felt like it was important to place one outside. And there's also a roof over the dining table as well, so you can use it during the rain, which, you know, it's kind of like you don't have a dining table inside. It kind of sucks, but there's no room inside. It's a tiny house, so I felt like it was important to put one outside. But maybe don't use it during winter in The Sims, because I feel like your Sims would be very ungrateful and probably cold. And I don't know. Have you guys ever, I feel like I can't speak English today. Have you guys ever sat outside and eaten dinner in the winter? And I'm not talking about like LA winter, because they don't really have winter. I'm talking like proper Northern European, maybe not Canadian, because that's just insane, but like Northern European winter. Have you guys ever done that? Sat outside and eaten dinner? Because I don't think I could. It's just the whole like sitting down, sitting still, hands are freezing, you feel like they're gonna fall off or something. But I'm sure some people like it. It's just not for me personally. But anyways, there is a dining table outside. That was the important part to say. So they have that. If they ever have friends over or just any other guests, they can sit out there and eat together. Or if they just want to, you know, sit down at a proper table instead of the bar counters, island counters, they can sit outside and have dinner together as well. So I forgot to say this earlier, and I know that I've done something like it in the past as well, a couple's first home, where it was kind of like eco-minded. I felt like they had saved up to have this house built for them. I kind of get the same vibe from this house, like it's actually built for them, but it could also just be like a tiny house that they found somewhere that just perfectly suited them. I don't know, I like the idea of like a couple living in a shoebox apartment or something while saving up to be able to build their first dream house together. I like that idea, it's kind of cute. So I kind of was thinking like that when I was building this, but I do realize that I've done something like it in the past as well. Not every idea on this channel is super original, okay? But I don't know. I don't know. I just like that, you know? Like living in a shoebox, kind of sticking through it, and then moving into this house that was actually built for them. That's super cute, right? I think it's because I have a friend who lives with, she lives with her boyfriend. So they live in a smaller apartment. It's a nice apartment, but they moved further out of the city to be able to pay a little bit in rent because they're currently saving up to be able to buy land, and then they're gonna have a house built for them. And I don't know, I just find that kind of inspiring a little bit, like not like I'm gonna do it myself inspiring, but just like, that's cute. That's so well done. Like, good job, you guys, you know? So it's kind of like inspiring in that way. And I know that it's not for me because I like to live in the city. I like to be able to walk down the street around the corner and then be able to pick up a chai latte or something and then go home again. I like being able to step outside my door and there's life, you know. I've already lived in the suburbs. I've lived in the suburbs again. I prefer living in the city. That's just how it is for me. But I find it very cool that they're doing it like that. So props to my friend and her boyfriend. Anyways, so we are just about done with this video, I think. So I will be wrapping up the voiceover now. If you guys like this build, you can download it off the gallery. My ID is AvelineYT, and you can also find it under the hashtag Aveline or AvelineYT. If you like Roblox, definitely check out my Roblox channel. And if you like lifestyle videos, you should definitely check out my lifestyle channel. I upload weekly vlogs over there, and I hope to upload more videos in the future. So definitely check it out if you're interested. Both channels are linked in the description box. And yeah, thank you again so much to Disney Emoji Blitz for sponsoring today's video. Remember to check out the giveaway if you're interested in winning a free pack of your choice for The Sims 4. It is super easy. Everything is explained in the pre-roll. And yeah, I think that is about it. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe and all that good stuff if you did. And I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye!